you talk a little bit about the healing that you're doing right now?
Yes, that is very important.
Okay.
Because when I was doing the past life regressions, we were finding out a lot of information because we found the cause of a lot of their problems went back to past lives. But then as I was working with it, I came into contact with what I call this great power that I work with. That's the one that gives me all the information that I write about. The ETs came in during that one time, but then this other one is the one I work with now.
I see.
I call it the subconscious, but it's not the subconscious the way it's defined by the psychiatrist. That's a childish part of your mind. This, you might say, is the oversoul, the higher self, the higher consciousness. It is so big and so huge, it has the answers to everything. Why not work with something like that? And I had to have a name for it, so I called it the subconscious. They say, we don't care what you call us, we'll work with you. And it's a beautiful, wonderful energy. So when I worked with them, I found they could not only answer any question that the client wanted answered, but they could also have instantaneous healing.
Okay.
Now, I'm not doing this. I'm the facilitator. But if I work with thousands of people and I can call it in to work with that person, it comes through that person exactly the same way every time. You know I found something. But it's miraculous. I have people now coming from all over the world to my little office in Huntsville, especially to have the healings. And we work with every kind of disease there is, every kind of illness. I have people coming who are scheduled for surgery. They don't have to have surgery. People are ready for liver transplants, kidney dialysis. They don't need it anymore because you make yourself sick. And if your mind is powerful enough to make yourself sick, it's also powerful enough to heal it and find out why did you make yourself sick. That's what I do with the therapy and with the sessions, find out where does it come from. Then they can come through and heal immediately. And it's miraculous to watch. It's like electricity, electric currents, energy flows through that person. They will jerk and convulse as they fix everything. I've had them put backs back together again, bones back together, rebuild cartilage, dissolve and absorb cancer tumors. It's miraculous. That's what I'm working with. To me, that's the most important part. The information is valuable. It comes through too while I'm working. But to me, the healing, they said this is the therapy of the future. So now I'm teaching it all over the world.
Okay. And how are you teaching it? Like, what is it that what would be a sort of an instruction that you would give somebody?
I do step by step through the way I do the sessions and how I contact the subconscious and bring it in. It's a step-by-step process. And I teach this in a 3-day class. If they will do exactly the way I teach them, they can do the same thing.
And so do you have people out there doing what
Definitely.
you've taught them to do?
We have people, so we have a website that is a support group. And they will interact and tell us what they are doing. And if they're having problems, we can help them with it. So I have advanced class for those that are having problems and need more, a bag of tricks that I've got that you can go further with this. But in one class in Australia, in Perth, we had 91 students. And then the next year I just went back, we had 52 students. Australia is taking this and running with it. They are seeing miracles happen. To me, that's wonderful. You can see your students doing this. I'm teaching in Russia. It's done with translation. They are doing it. They're using it. All over the world I'm teaching this, and they are getting it. So to me, that's very important.
Okay, well that's wonderful to hear.
People
so
can go on the website and find out where on my schedule where I'm going to have my classes. That's what I'm supposed to be doing now, is spreading this information.
Okay. And do you feel that sort of maybe your mission has changed a bit? So you're going in this more healing direction than you were, say, originally, where you were getting doing the regressions, which are healing in and of themselves.
You see, that's part of it. You do the regression first, and then you get into the healing.
Okay.
It's all part of it together.
And in essence, you have to make sure that the person actually wants to be healed, because isn't it true that some people wish to keep their sicknesses?
I know, I get people like that.
Uh-huh.
That you have some that if you take away their illness, you take away their identity. Because they like the attention that they get when they're sick. They like to tell everybody about what the next aches and pains they have. So even though they say, I don't want to be sick, I want to be healed, some of them you can't work with. But otherwise, if they really want to be healed, this is a wonderful way to do it.
Okay.
And it's instant. I only see the client one time. That's all it takes. So I'm still getting information.
Sure.
They still want me to continue to write.
Okay.
So I'm doing it all together now.
Okay.
But it's good to be spreading it and having more and more people learn how to do this. The idea is to help people. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. I agree. Well, thank you, Dolores Cannon, for
Okay.
your service to humanity.
Okay, thank you.